Hey guys, this is E with Scrapbooking with Me, and we are going to do a little project today. I needed some paper clips done, and I saw a video. It's by Christina from Sparkbird Studios, and I'll link her video below. She's the first one that I saw do this. So this is not my idea, not my original idea. This is hers. I just thought it was genius, and I wanted to make some like this. So she took a piece of paper and she said it didn't matter how wide it was. It just needed to be 10 1/4. I'm not sure why, but it just needed to be 10 1/4. And then she folded it over and she left about 1 1/4 here. So I'm going to put it on my mat. I'm not going to be too precise. That looks like about 1 1/4 right there. Let me see. I'll go ahead and measure just for the sake of the video. If it was just me folding, I wouldn't. Yep, 1 1/4. Okay, then you're just going to fold that pretty well there. Now, I will tell you this. I tried one a minute ago. The thicker the paper, the better. I mean, not too thick. Of course, it wouldn't fold good. But just a little lightweight paper, printer paper. It'll do okay, but you can see the paper clip through it. So a little bit thicker than just lightweight copy paper. Scrapbook paper would do great. So this is one of Susan's collection. It's from her Cottage Rose collection, and this is a heavier weight paper. I think she said she prints on 32 pound, I believe, Susan. If I'm wrong, leave it in the comments below. So I thought this would be pretty. Now, a paper that's running the opposite direction would be really good. I just don't happen to have one of those right this minute. So we're just going to do this. And I'm going to use these paper clips. These are 2 inches. And I'm just going to stick some on here. Now, I'm going to stick the, I think she said the large size, the large side here and the small on the back. And I'm not going to worry about how they're placed right now because I can move them here in a minute. So, and if you have a paper that has a pretty decoration on there that you want to really focus on, you know, you could plan on that when you're doing this. You can make these wide or narrow. All right, I have 6 paper clips on here, and it looks like I'm leaving about 1 inch in between, something like that. But you could make some large, some small. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. And I know she said it didn't matter. Just whatever size that you want. Now, this is the part where I can't really remember. You guys know how I do. Watch these videos and I fall asleep in the middle of them. Okay, then you're going to take this and you're going to fold it over to the top of your paper clips. So just make sure that all your paper clips are pushed up really well. And then fold this over to the top of those clips. And you can fill them in there. Okay. And then I kind of look at this side to see if it looks like I got them straight, got it straight. And it looks like I did. I got about the same amount here. And then, and like I said, right now don't worry about your paper clips. So that'll come later. This part folds over. This is that little extra piece. Folds over like that. Okay. So have I got you so far? So we put the paper clips on. We folded this down to the tops of the paper clips. This is the long side. And then we folded this little piece over. Okay, now we're going to take this piece and we're going to fold it over even with the ends of the paper clips on this side. And this is the short side. And I just kind of feel with my hand in there and start to fold, and then you can finish the fold once you get it kind of set. And again, I look here to see if I've got about the same amount, and I do. So that's that. And then this piece, and here again, I'm flipping the paper a lot, so I hope you're following me. This piece is going to fold around and come right to the end of that. So you end up with this little piece like this. And if you'll notice, your paper clip is in there. And of course, I haven't got anything glued, but let's slide right down in there. So now we're going to open this back up. And like I said, hopefully I didn't lose you. I'm going to go over it one more time. So we put our paper clips on. We had this short side, this long side. Put our paper clips on with the large side of the paper clip on the short side here. Okay? Then we folded this down to the end of those paper clips. Right? Then I flipped it over and I folded this little piece up. That just helps hold those paper clips in. And then this is the short side of your clips. So this one is going to fold down to that short side. That's where your little piece here comes in. This is the long side, the short side. And then this piece you're just going to bring around and fold it right up to the end of that paper. Okay? And then you're saying, how in the world is this going to be something that we can use? Well, I'm fixing to show you. Now, I don't know how, I can't remember how she cut hers to, you know, I don't know if she folded everything up and cut it or what, but this was the easiest for me. I just kind of placed my paper clips about where I wanted them. And they're not going to be even, and that's okay with me. I don't mind. But I just wanted them folded about where I wanted them. And then I just folded those two pieces down so I could still see my clips. And I'm going to slide all of that under there. And she cut hers freehand. I'm not going to try that because I cut crooked. Alright, I'm going to slice there. And I'm just kind of eyeballing it and slicing about in the middle. It doesn't have to be perfect. Some of mine are going to be smaller. Some of them are going to be larger. And that's what I want. Okay. So now I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 little clips. Now, let's start with this one. I'm going to ink and I'm going to clip the corners. So I'm going to put a little X right here and right here. And I'm going to put an L here and an S here. That's going to let me know that this paper clip goes back on with the short side here and the long side here on that little piece right there. Now I can clip my corners and it'll make it a lot easier. Whoops, not with that you won't clip your corners. Okay. Let's see. Let's clip it on this side. I don't want a lot clipped. I just want a little. So I'm going to clip all the corners. This is a beautiful paper, Susan. Okay. Now you could probably put these together and use a big corner punch and punch them all at one time. I'm just doing this to show you how I'm doing it. No biggie. No rhyme or reason, you know. Okay, see, we got that. And now I'm going to go ahead and ink. Now, you don't have to ink. I just think I want to because I don't want the edges to be white looking. Now, you say, good grief, all of that, I don't know how my thing goes back together. Well, that's why I marked mine. Because, you know, I would have not remembered either. So I'm going to put my paper clip just like that. Large over here, small over here. And then I'm going to start folding this down and gluing. So I'm going to fold this side first, and I'm going to put quite a bit of glue around my paper clip. And just fold that down, and I'll use my little bone folder to go on the sides just to make sure that I get the glue in there well. That's why I said a little bit thicker paper than just regular copy paper works a lot better. Okay. Glue that little piece down in there. And now this piece is going to get glued like that. We'll make sure I'm putting this together right now. You know, I had to stop. I've only made one of these, so it's not like I have made a dozen of them and I know what I'm doing. But go over and watch Christina. She does a very good job explaining. And I think just tell her that Edith sent you over there. And go ahead and subscribe while you're over there. She's a newer channel. And she has got some great videos going. I am going to trim this just a tiny bit. I got that fold a little bit long there. Doesn't have to be, but... So there is our paper clip. Now let's just pretend this is our page. So it will go down on like that right there. And you'll have a little tab sticking out there. Now there's another way that you can make them that you won't have that tab. And I'll probably show that one later on, or you can see it on her channel. I was just going to make some like this because I like that tab. Now, I like the image that's on there, but you can go ahead and decorate these up any way that you want. Isn't that pretty? So there's that one. Let's make a skinny one. Now, again, I'm going to mark this. That's the short side. And that's the long side. And then I can take my paper clip off. And we can just do some, let's do some trimming here. I keep grabbing that thing up. That's not going to do it. That is not going to make the corners round. Unless I'm very, very good. Okay. So we clipped some of those together. But when I try to clip too many together, sometimes I let it slide, and I don't want to do that. So and you don't have to clip the corners, you can leave it squared off. I just thought clipping the corners was really pretty. She did hers that way, and I thought hers were very, very pretty. Okay, I got all of my corners clipped, and now I'm going to go ahead and ink it up. Now, she said that she wasn't sure that she was the one that originated this or not. She's the first one that I have seen do this. So I'm going to give the credit to her. I know I have seen a couple of people do it since she did, but I'm thinking that they might have got their idea from her. I don't know that for sure, but I'm just saying I'm going to give her the credit because she's the one that I watched. So if you're out there and you have done this, and I'm not mentioning you, please don't get upset with me. I give credit to the person that I seen do it. Okay. Oh, short side over here, Edith. There we go. Short side there. All right, so we're going to kind of center that up a little bit. It doesn't have to be perfect because you're not actually going to be using the paper clip itself. Okay, we're going to fold that up and glue it. I have no idea what's beeping outside. I got something beeping out there. Oh my goodness, something's at my door. Hold on a second. Okay, ooh, sorry, I'm out of breath now. I actually ordered a mattress, one of those hybrid blow-up things, and it just got delivered. Well, they sent it FedEx, and there was a girl driving that's a little bit smaller than I am. So she and I tried to wiggle that thing in my house, and now I'm zoomed. We're out, and I actually glued this one wrong. Okay, that was not supposed to be glued down there. So, let's see. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to cut that right there. And we'll do another one. Yeah, I glued that one completely wrong. Just because I had heard that beeping out there and I got all distracted. But I can still use that one. It's just not going to have that extra layer on the back. Okay, let's do another one. Oh, since I got a little bit distracted, I want to do another one with this blue flower. Okay, make sure I'm recording, and I am. This one is the short side, and this one is the long side. So we'll go ahead and take that off, and then I'm just going to clip real quick. Sorry about that, about messing up. If I get distracted, I end up doing that. And since I've only made like one, so... well, I've made two now because I made that with you guys a minute ago. I mean, they're not hard. They just look complicated. And it's something that you do, after you do it a couple of times, you kind of get the hang of it. But... when you first start doing them, make sure you're not distracted like I was. Oh my goodness, now my back's hurting. Bless her heart. I said, I can't believe they sent you with this big old thing. I mean, it's huge. You know, it's one of those expandables, but still it's big. It's very big. And she said, oh, as long as it's under, I think she said 80 pounds. Or 100 pounds maybe. I don't know which. Anyway, she said they'll ship it with us. And they expect us to move it. I said, well, at least they could give you like a forklift or a little portable lift or something. Because I think if I hadn't been here, I don't know if she could have wiggled it in here or not. Because it took both of us to kind of move it. And now I'm going to be short-winded for a while. Okay. So we're going to put that back on like that. All right. And then I am going to try to even that up. Put my glue here. Well, see, I didn't even know that you could glue them wrong. So now you know. You can glue them wrong. So don't do like I did. Do like she says do. Okay, we're going to put a little glue on this little guy and fold that over. That's going to capture that paper clip in there. Got my kids texting me again, isn't that usual? Okay, then this part gets folded up. Up here. And on that one, you want to put your glue on the bottom side, because see, this doesn't get glued all the way up to there. And I'm going a little bit crooked here, so I'm just going to trim, and then I'll ink so none of that white shows. And then we're going to fold this part down, and this part gets folded all the way, so you can put your glue all the way up on that one, and then just kind of line it up and glue it down. Okay. Just going to go around it one more time with my ink just to make sure. And then I'm going to go over the edges with my little bone folder just to make sure they're glued down well. Not anything showing out. Okay. A little bit more glue right in there. In that little crevice. Okay. There we go. So let's put it on here. Isn't that cute? I love them. Thank you so much, Christina, for showing how to do these. Do you guys want to do one more? I'll show you. Let's see. This is with Rachel's paper, and this is a little bit thinner. So we'll do one with this, and I'll show you kind of what I was talking about. I wanted to do some with this paper, but I may end up having to print it on a thicker cardstock, maybe a 32 pound. I think this is like a 28 pound or something. so it's a little bit thinner. They still work, but the paper clip doesn't really show through, but you can see the imprint of it. I don't know, maybe you can see that. Sorry, I'm distracted. Not meaning to be. This day has been something else. I was going to film with my phone earlier because this camera is driving me crazy. Shutting off sometimes, and I can't figure out why. I've got to call into Canon so they can find out if it needs to be replaced or fixed or whatever. But anyway, I was going to film on my phone. Well, I couldn't get the silly thing to go landscape so I could film. It kept just hanging up on portrait. Well, I did everything I knew to do. I even reset my whole phone, which I shouldn't have because now I'm having to redo everything in there. But, so I text Benji and I said, help. I said, I can't get my phone to go to landscape. It's hung up on portrait, and I've done everything. I've made sure it's not locked. You know, everything. I even read on Google to try to figure out what the problem was. Well, he said, well, you know, sometimes that little sensor will hang up. He said, just give it a good shake, and, you know, when you start to go to landscape, just give it a good shake and see if that won't solve the problem. Well, I put it up here, and I was, you know, like I was going to film, and I was shaking it, trying to get it to go to landscape, and I dropped it. I didn't break it. It landed on my mat, but I dropped it. But guess what happened when I dropped it? It went to landscape. So evidently my sensor's having some issues. So I didn't want to film with it because I thought, well, if it's having problems, then I don't want to film with it. And in the middle of my filming, it goes to portrait. So now I got to take it and get them to check it and see what's wrong with that one. Okay, I like to fold this around to make sure I'm gluing right. So then we're going to glue this little part over. I'm just going to even the sides up, and then I'm going to take my bone folder and just go around that little paper clip just to make sure I'm squishing those sides down well. And then we're going to put glue here. And again, we're going to fold that over, and I'm just going to make sure that the sides look pretty even. I mean, you know, it's me. They're not going to be perfect, but as long as they look pretty even. I can always disguise them up with some ink. Okay, now this is going to go just like that. And see, I would decorate that because that's kind of a plain side, so I would decorate that up. But that is how they're made. So I've got a few more already cut that I'm going to go ahead and make. I'm not going to make them on camera because you guys know how it works now. And if you don't, go over and check out Christina's channel. I'll link it below. Make sure that you subscribe while you're there. And watch her video because she will explain it perfectly. Alright guys, we will talk to you later. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and click the like. We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.